Hello, this is a video on how to cut this camp color shirt. I hope you enjoy this. Thank you. Now, the first thing we'll do is to mark a straight line at the top of the shirt. Then we mark the extension. This is a double-breasted shirt, so the extension is going to be 8 inches or whatever you like. Then we will mark the length of the shirt plus 1 inch sewing allowance. Then we connect the length of the shirt and then the extension line also. From there we will now start the body measurements. So the first thing we are going to measure is the shoulder on 2 points, and on that point we form a straight line. Then we are going to measure the armhole depth. The armhole depth is going to be chest divided by 4. Then on the armhole depth we'll measure the person's chest plus sewing allowance. So then we transfer the same measurement to the end of the shirts and form a straight line to give a boxy kind of feel for the shirt. Then we connect the line of the armhole, then we drop the shoulder by 2 inches. Then from the 2 inches to the armhole depth, we mark the midpoint and we bring it in by 1 inch to give it an armhole curve. Then on the neck, we'll mark 2 inches by 2.2 inches by 2 inches. Then you can trim it to whatever neck size you want later to be on the safer side. Then you draw your armhole curve so that you can have a shirt that doesn't have folds on the armhole. So after this, you will cut the shirt. Oh, sorry, you would like connect your armhole, your shoulder depth to the neck of the shirt. So then you cut out the necessary parts of the shirt. This shirt is going to have the turning in with the shirt. We are not sewing it to like having and letting it have a joining in front of the shirt because we want to have a seamless feel for the shirt. Then you cut it out and you get prepared for the back. It is always better to cut away the excess of the front or the excess fabric on the edge of the material so you have a more professional look, and you can weave that while you're sewing. And the notch at the end of the shirt is better so that you can actually know where the original line of the shirt is, so you can adjust the button and buttonhole allowance, the extensions accordingly without you missing out where the original line of the shirt measurement is starting from. So after this, you are going to cut the back of the shirt with the front bodies that you've cut. So while we want to cut the back, we don't need the button hole allowance for the back measurement. So you are going to move that out of the way to form a straight line on the edge of the center fold of the back. So whatever you use to drop the shoulder at the back, just add 1 inch to it, and drop the shoulder at the front, add 1 inch to it for the back, form a straight line, cut it out. Then you're going to mark 1 inch down on the front bodies so that you can fold your back fabric on it so that you can actually know the allowance you have, and you can cut back the back bodies to actually fold easily on the front. You just give it a little bit of notch where the front starts from, and then you can curve out your neck. And also the back bodies doesn't have the dip that we give the front, because if you give it that deep, it's not going to allow your clients to raise up their hand. And you make sure that you don't have a sharp cut at the point where the back bodies wants to meet the front, so that you don't have a cloth that folds at the armhole. So then you fold the back on the front and you measure what is on the armhole so you can use it to cut your sleeve armhole, so you can have a shirt sleeve that rhymes with the body without you stressing at all. So whatever you have on a armhole, reduce it minus 2. If you have 11, reduce it minus 2. Then whatever, if you have 11, reduce minus 2, then you have 9. So you use that 9 inches for the depth of your armhole curve. So you just like if you can make it easier for you to curve it. And the depth of the armhole on the sleeve is usually between 3.5 to 5 inches. Anything more than 5 inches is going to give you a funny looking sleeve. On some cases, it might be needed if the style is different, but if it's a normal shirt sleeve, you mark you use 5 inches. So the first thing we did here is to mark the extension, the turning in of the shirt. That's we used 3 inches here, and from there we measure the sleeve length. Then we form a straight line for where the armhole curve is. Then we marked where the armhole curve is supposed to get to. If you used a particular depth, let's say we used 4 inches here and it was looking bigger when we measured the curve, it was bigger than the curve of the on the body of the clothes. So we reduced it to 3.5 and then it came out nice. We want this shirt to have a boxy feel, so the sleeve is also bigger. So that's why it's looking like this. So then when you mark all the necessary points out, you cut it out and then you make sure your fold extension is not coming out too much. Then after you cut out the back turning, which we call the yoke of the shirt, and then you cut it out so you can have a shirt that is looking more professional. Because the major job of the yoke is just to absorb sweats from the body of whoever is wearing the shirt. So that's how you cut a shirt. Thank you.